And I was in a probably more stable position than you, but we both seen each other go through extreme hardships.
Yeah.
You saw me lose the house, lose a job.
You gave the house back.
Gave the house back to the gang. That's the fact, because it ain't on my credit no more, baby. You know what I'm saying? So gave the house back. So you see me lose it. I'll go back to my mom's couch. You see me in abusive relationships. You see me.
He was not the abuser. Just.
I mean, they're going to think the black man abuse anyway.
Right. What you do to her?
Right. I'm doing everything she wanted me to do, and I still want to know. So that's why when I see the memes, if a man makes a woman secure and do this and that and that, she going to be submitted.
You better stop that.
Anyway,
that's just I don't know where you find them women. That's the response.
Anyway, we both seen each other go through hardship. I see you go through hardship, excluding of just losing your mom overall, which is a hardship on its own, but having to move in and with your cousin and sleeping in that computer lab and working umpteen jobs and
facts.
You know what I'm saying? The gay roommate who had the naked photos of his boyfriend all over the place. I was like, Mark, what the hell you got going on here, bro? But but man, the beautiful part what would you say was the part in your journey when the shit was hard that you thought, man, I ain't gonna never see the light of day? Like, I ain't gonna never have
I gotta go far back for that. I was depressed in grad school. So for me,
oh, you talking about when you was at Columbus?
Yeah,
I remember that time.
Dude, that was when me and you would talk often, and that's when we first started listening to Dr. Umar Johnson, and we would just hit each other up. It would be rap battles, and then it'd be like Umar Johnson and stuff like that. So we'd be having these conversations, and I wanted to be active about it. I wanted to feel like I was doing something, but I was like, I'm in Columbus, man. I ain't doing nothing. Yeah. And I mean, I think I had got sick one day, and I felt alone as hell. And that's when me and blah 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 had. That's when Snowpocalypse happened. Yeah. And then she was going through that hardship, and then she got stuck in the snow, and then I was really feeling sick, but I also felt lonely. Yeah. And that's when I started realizing like I had like seasonal depression, and I think also the seasonal depression was poverty driven too. So it was like situationally seasonal depression. Yeah. So I'm sitting here working 3 jobs, getting all this knowledge, and don't feel like I'm doing anything.
Still being a father at that.
Facts. I used to drive.
Like an active father. Like not no barely drive night. Like I see my son. I pay child support on time.
I had 3 jobs.
I'm the responsible parent.
Driving up to West Georgia from Columbus.
Yeah.
And then driving.
Sometimes to Alabama. Maybe you had to take him to the hospital at that time.
Nah, yeah. But I think that was the time where I felt. That was the last time I felt really low, and that's the last time I had depression too. Despite the fact that my financial place had kept tethering back and forth, and what I started to realize, and this is where AG really hit it on the head, where he conceptualized it for me in a different way. When you put yourself, like all of these was feelings of hopelessness, and so I just was like, damn, like I feel hopeless, I feel helpless, and a lot of it had to do with my poverty-stricken situation. So now I'm like, damn. But what happens, like through those, I started realizing how to avoid that situation. And a part of it for me was working as often and as much as I can to avoid that. I was hurt when I lost, like, cause I was buying a house, and then I was hurt when I lost it because it was a hit. I had lost one of my primary job then. And I had put in my notice to leave because I thought I was closing on the house, and then they couldn't close on it.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And so, essentially, I was homeless, and so I couldn't ask you because you was going through your struggles.
I was broke as hell too.
I couldn't go stay with my mom because that was a whole bad situation.
Yeah. That was crazy.
And so I had to finesse it. I worked a lot. I worked overnight, slept a little bit, and then I had
working like a madman.
I asked my homegirl. I was like, "Yo, can I house sit for you?" Because she was just maneuvering around. I was like, "You mind if I house sit for you for a couple weeks?" She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Yeah, just you know what I'm saying." I was like, "Cool." I had to make the best of that. And then
is this the homegirl I know?
This is my homegirl Christina. She
did I meet her at that counter?
Yeah. All right. But yeah, so she, like, people just didn't know how they came through, and even my aunt, when I stayed on her in that little room, despite the whole
talk about head putting seeing you go through that with her.
You know what's funny? I never like disrespected her or nothing like that.
Did.
But I knew where I was. I knew that this was a temporary situation.
But man, she made it hard for you.
Right. And I knew one thing I knew for sure was that everybody gonna need me. When it was a void in my family.
You ain't never lied.
It was a void in my family where nobody was the responsible person, and I had the most potential to be. And then I stepped in, and as soon as I stepped in, or was forced in, or whatever, everybody kind of fell on top of me. Mm-hmm. And then therapy told me, like, you ain't responsible for these folks. And they said it better than you did, but
big facts.
But therapy helped me a lot, and now, as I go through any struggle, it just be like, damn, I don't have to continuously go back to therapy because they gave me enough to put in my bag.
Yeah.
Like, let me use this. Oh, you need a place to stay? I can't do it, bruh. So my house ain't open to family like that. Mm-hmm. You got an extended weekend, and that's it. But it's only certain people. Mm-hmm. My brother can't stay with me. Mm-hmm. My other brother, God love him.
But see, people use it against you, like, and that'd be interesting because people always be like, well, you must not like if something happened in pop culture or something, somebody going through something, and we don't show the same level of remorse. They're like, well, wait till you go through. I'm like, what you think the fuck we been out here going through?
Oh, you thought we was just on the boat, just sailing downstream,
smoking cigars,
right?
Like, oh no, baby, we don't see in this movie quite a few times.
Listen, I'll say this. That's one thing I admire about you, that I admire about my dad and one of my uncles. When you get away from, like, you can love your family, mm-hmm. but when you get away from them, mm-hmm. and for some people it's your friends. Mm-hmm. When you position yourself with your friends and say, this is the capacity I have for you, mm-hmm. and then you respect yourself enough to say, we ain't crossing them lines, mm-hmm. it's going to be hard the first few times. Mm-hmm. But then you start realizing, like, damn, I don't got no more anxiety. Damn, I don't feel the same level of burden. Damn, I get a little more money to myself, a little more time to myself. Mm-hmm. I can start thinking about things outside of struggling. And all of that cultivates to make you a better person. Mm-hmm. And it makes you available to people in a way that you can manage. So now when my brother called me up, like, yo, I got an idea for you. I ain't got no money. And I damn sure ain't got no place. Mm-hmm. It's not fair to me. Mm-hmm. It's not fair to my family. Mm-hmm. Because you don't care about, mm-hmm. struggle don't care about where, like, your ideas and stuff struggle like that. Don't care or another person's struggle don't care.
Go. They don't care about your resources.
And so when you burden yourself by being there, right. Mm-hmm.